Holy Trinity Church, Stratford-upon-Avon, has a magnificent organ, comparable with cathedral organs. The church is one of the most visited churches in the country, famous because Shakespeare's grave is here.
But there's a problem with the organ. It's a long time since it was last serviced, and now it needs a major overhaul. It still makes a wonderful sound, but it's difficult to overlook the fact that there are keys that won't play and bellows that leak and hiss.
One of the questions I get asked is, I hear a lot of hissing sounds from the organ. Is it supposed to make that sound? Do all pipe organs make that sound? Well, I wanted to introduce you to a little fact. Listen to what you hear right now. This is what the organ at Holy Trinity Church sounds like when you turn it on and how it's running. It should not sound that noisy. And these are the sounds that it makes that it shouldn't make when you turn the organ off. You can get multiple pitches from one key. You also have pedals on an organ that you play with your feet. So you play the organ with hands and feet simultaneously. So that all sounds grand and good. Why does it need to be repaired? Well, one of the things about an organ is that with all these different controls and all these different pipes, and there's almost 3,000 of them, it's very easy to work around the deficiencies and cover things up. It sounds great, but there's things that you have to work around to make it sound great. We have a note here that if you look at the way that I'm playing the note with my finger, it almost looks like it's coming in late. That's because it is. If I play it with its adjacent note, you'll see I'm pressing two keys simultaneously, but one is sounding before the other. I should be able to play a key rapidly in succession, but on the note that's late, it doesn't even sound at all. That's because the mechanism has perishable parts, usually leather, that is well over 30 or 40 years old, that deteriorates over time and it needs to be replaced. We have some issues with pipes that won't tune properly or they won't speak properly. For example, if you listen to these two pipes speaking next to each other, as opposed to its neighbors, they're definitely in disagreement. Or other issues with notes that ought to be even in volume, but when you go from note to note, it'd be loud and then soft and loud and louder and soft again. Or notes that won't play at all. And it's not just on the manual stops, but also on some of the pedal stops as well. So when you play a lot of stops all together, you can usually mask those deficiencies. But when you try to play notes on an individual stop, there's no hiding the fact there is work to be done.
The magnificent organ here at Holy Trinity sits at the heart of the church. The pipes that you can see behind me seem to almost float above the nave. Its presence here is symbolic of the place of music at the heart of the life of this church. It accompanies the choir, leads the congregation in song, plays uplifting tunes in times of joy, and offers comfort in times of sorrow. Whether it's a grand choral society concert or an intimate lunchtime recital, this instrument has played a part in the lives of many people over the years. But it's not in good health at the moment and needs a major refurbishment. So we're making this appeal to help us, please, to restore this organ so that it can continue to bring delight to visitors and worshippers for years to come. Thank you.